What's up, wrestling fans? So Goldberg, guys, there. All right, so there's a lot of stuff going on today, but the Goldberg thing, we'll talk about it first. Goldberg was on a podcast or show, and I would shout it out if I could remember what it was, and I wasn't driving around the country today. But here's the thing. He was asked about going to AEW, and Goldberg basically was like, I wouldn't. He said something to the effect of, it's cheesy and I couldn't look at myself in the mirror. That's what Goldberg said. He's had several conversations with Tony Khan over the years, and he can't see himself going to AEW because it would be cheesy and he wouldn't be able to, stare at himself in the mirror, which is crazy. So, it could be, in my opinion, is it true? Is that true? Is that really how Goldberg feels? That, the company is just garbage and cheesy? I mean, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe he was shown a propaganda video by Triple H or somebody. Somebody said, hey, dude, you seen this AEW stuff? Before he ever even had a conversation maybe with Tony Khan, dude, check this out. And they sent him, a gaslight video almost, of all the bad stuff from the company, and yikes, bro, this company sucks, and all the negative press and all the bad cringy stuff. I wouldn't even be surprised if WWE had some kind of highlight video that shows how terrible AEW is, and just all this propaganda stuff to send out, and Goldberg bought it. Or it could be that Goldberg legitimately just doesn't like the company, or it could be that Goldberg didn't get the money he wanted, right? Maybe they had negotiations and he didn't get the money he wanted, so now he's going to bury them because he's like, well, screw it, I'm not going there ever anyway, so, what a joke. They think I'm a joke, they don't have money, fuck, I'll just bury them. Which, in case if he did do that, I could definitely see Tony Khan coming out and saying, yeah, we were in talks and Goldberg turned down the amount, so he's lying. But so if that were true, Tony Khan is definitely, I don't want to use the word petty, but I want to use the word Tony Khan, if someone is lying about him, I definitely think he will come out and show proof that they are, because he's willing to come out and show proof of stuff when it's not even that big a deal anyway. So imagine if somebody was actually lying like that. So unless the talks were legally bound to a cease, a gag order or something like that, so you can never talk about that we talked about numbers or what. Although then Goldberg's already said that they've talked, so that doesn't make sense. But you know what I'm saying? Is it that, or? And I think most fans believe Goldberg, he really thinks it's cheesy. That's what I think most of us, are going to believe, that, yeah, Goldberg thinks it's cheesy and shit, because most of you guys think it's cheesy and shit. Not all of you guys. A lot of you guys are like me. You're also AEW fans. I mean, I'm a WWE fan and an AEW fan, but I'll always be a WWE guy, number one, even when WWE is a crap hole, when it's been over the, recent years. But, now the tides are turning and WWE is doing much better and AEW is falling behind, although last night they had a great pay-per-view. A lot of conversation today about what happened with Bryan Danielson's neck and the Osprey stuff, and I've seen a lot of wrestlers I know criticizing it, yeah, good job, work dangerous and get hurt, stupid. And people like that saying things. There were a couple of scary spots in that match. I still don't really agree with them pretending doing a work that Bryan was hurt at the end. I thought that was a little bit kind of unnecessary. It was overbooked. I think I saw several people say the words overbooked, and overbooked is exactly, what I would say as far as that goes. So yeah, the Goldberg thing, there's another possibility too, right? What was the other one? Damn it, there was another one I had in my head for Goldberg. He doesn't want to go there because there was, I don't know, there was something else, and I can't think of it now, but there was another reason besides money, that he wouldn't be going there. But apparently he's not going there, and he thinks it's cheesy, and maybe that's true, or maybe they just didn't pay him what he wanted, or maybe he got propagandized by WWE. Tony Storm took a weird in-character shot last night at Tony Khan was like, yo, oh, darling, I wouldn't make you come to the ring if I won, if I completed a story. So it was a weird reference to Cody Rhodes and WrestleMania and stuff, so they're still talking about it. I know that it was, Tony Storm doing it on her own and whatever. I didn't really care. It just seemed kind of goofy and stupid. Usually Tony Storm has great stuff on her own, so I think it was just a fun heel character throwaway line, but some people were like really annoyed by it or whatever. Again, like I said, I don't care. Jack Perry's return the other night, he's got some momentum there, so we'll see what happens as far as he goes. And they're really, tonight's Monday Night Raw. There's hockey on tonight. Also, Will Osprey in a press conference the other day was asked about his shots at Triple H. They were like, you called out Triple H the other day, and then Will Osprey at the press conference was like, oh my fucking God, we got to talk about this again. Yeah, we got to talk about it again, you fucking retard idiot, because you literally brought it up and you literally cut a promo on Triple H, and this is like the first time the press is able to sit in front of you and ask you about it. You stupid fucking idiot, bruv. Okay? Yeah, if you call out Triple H and call his wife a whore, basically, and say that he rubbed up and grinded on her to get where he is, and you do that on TV, you're probably going to get asked about it at the press conference the next time you have to face journalists, dorks, and basement dwellers at a AEW pay-per-view. So, listen, let me tell you something, bruv. It's not really, so he's like, oh my God, do we got to talk about this again? Yeah, you got to talk about it again, you stupid fuck. I just thought that was the dumbest thing ever when he immediately was like annoyed with the reporter and he was like, oh my God, we got to talk about this again. Yeah, we're going to talk about it a lot, bro. You did it to yourself. Why would you even say that? If anything, you'd be like, oh, here we go. Yep, listen, I did it. I brought it up. I opened up that can of worms. I get it, man. And this is the first time I got to speak to you guys. So let me just make the statement right off the bat. I got nothing further to say on the matter. I think I spoke for myself when I said it that night. And it is what it is. Big Nose got to deal with it. Anyway, don't ask me any more questions about that other place because tonight it's all about AEW, bruv. That's all you got to say. You don't got to go, oh, yeah, fucking talk about it again. Yeah. Man, I wish I was at, you know what? I almost think I might go to a media scrum. I'm going to ask him about it again just to hear him see what he says to me about it. But, it is what it is. Matt Hardy's back in TNA as Broken Matt Hardy, and Broken Matt Hardy's looking for gold. He might just get it. He might not. I don't know. But, I kind of want to tune into some of that because that crazy, weird shit that Matt Hardy does is always entertaining to me because I'm a whack job. Maybe you aren't. I am. I like it. And, yeah. That's really, I think about it. I'm trying to go through my notes here and see, did I miss something? Maybe I did. I don't know. I don't think so, though. People are starting to get on Sasha in the media, though. And yeah, that's about it. There was I talked about the botch that happened to Daniel Bryan Danielson last night. He landed on the back of his head in a weird way on a Hurricane Rana. I was raging about that during the show, and all anybody wanted to talk about was at the end when they did that worked neck spot. And earlier in the night, he really did almost fucking break his neck on a Hurricane Rana that was countered by Will Osprey. So that was something crazy, and nobody really got to it at that point. And I thought, maybe we would. But I am now seeing it everywhere. Everyone has figured out the spot and found out whatever, and everybody's got something to say about it. But either way, the damn thing, it was crazy. And I said before the match started, I said, let's all take bets on which one of them gets injured in this match. So funny enough, nobody got injured, thankfully. Thank God, it seems like nobody got injured. I'm happy that didn't happen. But they did go with a storyline that there was an injury. So that was kind of funny that with all of us thinking someone's going to get injured, then, there was a work in the match, someone got injured. So there you go. Swerve won last night. I watched the media scrum. And man, I got to tell you something. I'm very happy for Swerve, and I've been cheering for Swerve for the most part. If you've watched me over the past year and a half talk about AEW, I don't really understand why there's so much tribalism about, oh my God, like it's just, you know what I mean? Like it's all this weird stuff about people's color and just weird talk about whatever. It's like, dude, it's the year 2024. People are victims everywhere, and the tribalism on Twitter and the crying and the can't believe it. It's just like people have to like make up things for themselves or make up obstacles or make up chip on their shoulders because they've been victims their whole lives. And just everybody, man, the victim mentality of so many people. And it goes for everybody in all of wrestling, it feels like. No matter who you are, you're like, I came from this, that, and the other thing. I'm gonna go do it for the women's locker room. The men's locker room. This, that, and the other thing. People like us don't win usually. All these things that people say. Everybody's got a crutch. Everybody's got an angle. Everybody's got a victimhood. And so you're seeing people fighting online today about that, even people calling each other racist or things like that, stupid shit. They've even devalued that whole thing. Being racist isn't even valuable anymore. It doesn't make any sense. Like, there's no value to someone when you could actually be a racist person, and if you called them a racist, nobody would really notice because just everybody gets called that, or a bigot or a Zionist or cis or succubus or somebody or patriarch. There's just all these words tossed around everywhere. Meanwhile, they're blocking Jewish kids from getting to school today and assaulting people. I mean, what is going on in this country, man? They're not letting, we're not letting certain people of color get into schools. A couple of years ago, they wouldn't let white kids into college. Now they won't let Jewish people into college. But you're told everything is the other way. I mean, the whole country is just... Bro, not to make this political, but the fighting I'm seeing on Twitter, it's coming from every avenue. And just this whole country is, at least the USA, man. I know some of you guys aren't from the USA, and it's going on all over the world, really. But, man, the USA is another animal of weird right now. I mean, we are legit going to become... We are going to become Germany 1940-something. Like, any day. Because... people are so out of their minds. Max Caster also getting buried because he kind of botched a little bit his rap the other day, and it was weird. I don't know. But like I said, the guy had to come up with like 3 or 4 raps in a week. You know what I mean? So you're wrestling, you're living your life, you're trying to exercise, you're working on stuff, you don't know what's going on, you're traveling, you're doing all these things, and then you got opponents that you're facing, and you're like, what can I say about them? What city am I in? Let me write this thing, and then let me remember it, and then we go out and say it. So I said this to somebody else. I said, man, if there were a week he's gonna screw up a rap, it's gonna be this week. I think I said this to Jake, maybe, I don't remember. And he did it. He screwed it up, So I don't really blame him that much because, hey, man, this guy is 95% of the time delivers on his raps. Whether they're like A+ or C's, he usually delivers on them, though. He gets them out. They come out, okay. But this was some of the worst stuff this week, and so he's getting a little crapped on. The team's a little bit stale. There's no doubt about it that they're a little bit stale. But I still like them, and I still have fun with them, and I love all their slogans, and hopefully they can come back and keep it rolling rather than just breaking them up. Like they do with everybody. Enzo and what's-his-face, they broke up too early. They should have been together longer. I think the broken Matt Hardy thing should have gone on for like 3 years straight. And it did kind of, but not really, because it was like, he's in this company, and he's not allowed to do it yet, but someday he's going to be able to do it. Oh, now he can do it. And now he's going here, and now he can do it again, but now I got to wait. And he lost all his momentum. And I think a lot of people lose their momentum. However, there is that other part of me that's like, you know what? Turn them heel. Turn Max Bowen and Caster heel, or whatever. And, have them get in a fight and then have them go against each other for a couple of months and then have them make up again and then reform the Acclaimed. I think that would be cool. I would actually, because I don't know what to do with them right now, I would do that. I'd be like, you know what, let's do the whole, let's make them break up Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty style, and then let's have them feud with each other for a couple of months, and then let's have them attacked by other people, and they have to rejoin each other, almost like when DX got back together. So you're almost telling these 2 or 3 stories that happened years and years away from each other, like 25 years away from each other, but let's do it all in one story with these guys over the course of 6 to 8 months. I think that's what I would do with them, because I just think they still need each other to keep going, to be strong enough together. I think by themselves they may have problems. That's what I believe. So I would kind of like fake it and then reunite them, so that it can maybe reignite the team and the way people feel about them. So that's what I think about that. That's all I've got to say. I'm Joe Cronin. I hope you guys can leave a comment down below. A super thanks would be huge if you can do that. Use that little heart button on your screen, on your phone or whatever, and have some fun with it. But sure thing, stick that thumb up my ass. And if you're a new sub, I hope you guys subscribe to my channel so you can get my comments every day. And I know this microphone ain't the best that I'm on right now, so sorry about that. But hopefully you're able to listen to this whole thing. If you made it through this whole video, maybe please write Scissor Me Cronin in the comments, and then say whatever you want besides that. Let's do it, man. Let's get this. Let's get crazy. And whatever you're doing today, whether you're humping your girl, your boy, whether you're at school, at work, whatever you're doing, man, I hope you click that like button, and I hope you get aroused to the fullest extent. And then I hope you look around and you start smelling people as they walk by you, and you're like, yeah, I'd like a piece of that too. And you just go on the rest of your day sniffing and snorting and smelling and feeling and vibing and shaking and thrusting. And I hope if you're a girl, it's wet and it's dripping down there. And I hope if you're a guy, it's stiff and it's exploding. And I hope the rest of your day is one gigantic orgasm. I'm Joe Cronin. Check out my Patreon and Instagram. Cronin out.